Well, we've had horrible, crazy wildfires before, but I don't remember them ever running out of water. The fire hydrants not being able to provide water to fight the fire. It's probably happened before, but it's happening right now. It's one of the reasons why this fire is totally and completely out of control. I think that's a McDonald's on fire in Pasadena, if you can make it out there. Yeah, of course, there's the arches. It's just chaos. Apocalyptic, they say, and that's very accurate. Los Angeles County, and maybe you saw this video, the dog is inside and the flames, how those guys were able to stay in there as long as they did. Just awful, the situation. And zero containment at this point. We just checked, zero containment. That is very, very alarming. 10% contained, 20% contained. No, that's where we are. And it is a stupid, dumb, woke government that allows itself to run out of water during a forest fire season. But that's what we have on our hands. And the closer I look, nationally, of course, and at Los Angeles itself, Los Angeles, wow, the person in charge, she has her priorities, and it's not what it's supposed to be.
What I would do with street vendors would be to do outreach to them, and to make sure that they are meeting the regulations, and if they're not, to help them do that, to provide technical assistance. When I started Community Coalition and we were trying to deal with the problem of crack cocaine, and we were trying to get people off crack, we used people who had been formerly addicted.
Thank you.
People in recovery. My plan would cost about $290 million. I liked the Democratic Party 10 years ago, and I like the Democratic Party of today, because the Democratic Party of today is more diverse politically and diverse in every single way. I am a lifelong pro-choice Democrat who is always on your side.
How did this become an agenda for a major political party? All of this stuff that has nothing to do with the quality of our lives. A mayor, right? You're supposed to clean the streets, put out the fires. Guy had a great question, actually, because she's so proud of being pro-choice. Listen to this.
The issue of being a lifelong pro-choice Democrat.
Yes.
How much does the L.A. mayor even have to do with abortion rights?
Well, let me just tell you, it's a question of values. It's a question of democratic values. We are a democratic city, and I think that that is one of the differences between the two of us. Los Angeles and California, I would say with pride, is welcoming people from other places to receive reproductive rights.
Reproductive rights. How is her valuing abortion, right, working out right now as a fire rages? You know, it just doesn't, it's not compatible, right? There are certain basics we want from government. In fact, it's in the Constitution. Our glorious founding fathers had an idea what government would be good at and what they really shouldn't mess with. The general welfare, to pay the debts and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States. Now, what does general welfare mean? Well, according to some of the founding fathers, like James Madison, you could interpret it this way. Spending must be at least tangentially tied to one of the other specifically enumerated powers, such as regulating interstate or foreign commerce, or providing for the military. Sounds very reasonable. Alexander Hamilton put it this way: to benefit the general welfare, such as to assist national needs in agriculture or education, provided that the spending is general in nature. All right, straightforward. I don't think the founding fathers were thinking of Gavin Newsom or Mayor Bass and whatever the hell this stuff is, right? These are crazy, expensive, woke initiatives, and I don't think they ever had anything in mind quite like this. This is a document from the fire department, all right? The LA Fire Department. It's a little bit hard to read. I have it here electronically on my iPad. It's all about a major priority, the Racial Equity Action Plan. And what's that all about? In accordance with the City of Los Angeles, the racial equity vision to end systemic, institutional, and structural racism in the City of Los Angeles. What are they going to do in the LA Fire Department? They're going to come up with a plan providing equitable opportunities and access for people of all races. Now, that may sound great, but we've been through this before. The word equitable is not equality. Equitable means benefit without merit. And this is the most depressing thing I've ever seen. It's a government document. If you can take this a little bit full, please. the county government will grade its staff on how well they do hiring various categories. You don't get many points over here for the white male, but it goes up as you go this way. Black male, Hispanic male, Asian male, Filipino male, American Indian male, white female, black female, and it goes on and on and on like this. Segmenting people like this is something out of Logan's Run. Anybody remember that movie? It's dystopian, it's crazy. And our founding fathers did not consider this. And I don't think they ever considered Gavin Newsom going to China and playing basketball and for the political press to think that that's delightful, right? Remember that? When he spanked that kid? All right, we don't have that portion. Probably a good thing. It might give somebody nightmares. Gavin prefers to run around the world talking about climate change instead of the nitty-gritty nuts and bolts of actually doing something about forest fires. Because what is that? It's not glamorous, all right? Handling forest fires, you want to know what they really got to do? They got to break out the rakes. They got to break out the shovels. They got to break out the bulldozer and start clearing the mulch, the dried wood. This is all a key part. It's not glamorous. It's not fun, but it's necessary. And California absolutely stinks at it.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.